Good morning, student friends. Again, welcome to this fifth lecture of automobile engineering. We are just started chapter number first, unit one, introduction to automobiles. So, in previous three lectures, we have discussed classification of automobiles, major automobile components and their functions, types of vehicle layouts. In that, we discuss front engine rear wheel drive, front engine front wheel drive, rear engine rear wheel drive. Now today's lecture we will discuss the four wheel drive or all wheel drive, and the if time permits we will start the types of the automobiles bodies. So four wheel drive. So as we know that the why the need of or necessity of four wheel drive arises. So sometimes while driving on the rural or uneven or rough untarred roads, means off-road purpose, when your vehicle is to be used on a rural or uneven or rough untarred roads, in that case the problem is going to be created with the conventional layout, that is a two-wheel drive vehicles, that it gets stuck in the pothole. Maybe the wheel is to be arrested in the pothole, which is to be on the road surface. So in that case, it becomes difficult for the driver to get the vehicle out of the pothole or the ditch. Meaning, if the vehicle is a conventional layout, means two-wheel drive vehicle is there, in that case it is very much difficult for the driver to get the automobile out of the pothole or that ditch. So the case is more severe. Getting case is more severe if the drive wheel itself stuck in the pothole. Suppose your vehicle is front engine front wheel drive, and suppose the front wheels are to be struck in the pothole or in the ditch. So in that case the case becomes more severe to get your vehicle out of that pothole. Similarly, if your vehicle is front engine rear wheel drive, if suppose the rear wheels are stuck in the pothole, so the case becomes severe. So vice versa. Getting so in that case, to get the better maneuverability, means hence to provide the better maneuverability, means for the various easy control over the direction and traction of the wheels. In that case, the need of the four wheel drive arises. In that case, we are going to use the four wheel drive train is to be used. So it is shown in the four wheel, the chain layout is such that engine, clutch, transfer case, front axle, front wheels. Engine, clutch, transfer case, front axle, front wheels, or engine, clutch, transfer case, rear axle, rear wheels. So see the figure. In this figure it is shown. So this is the front wheels, front differential, is the transmission, then the transfer case, that is auxiliary gearbox. Transfer case is also known as auxiliary gearbox, and the rear differential. The engine, transmission system, clutch system is to be suspended in between the front axle and rear axle. No matter what, it is at the front or at near to the rear side. In this case, our intention is the drive is to be given to all the four wheels, no matter what engine is near to the front or rear to the front. So to give the drive at the front as well as at the rear, in this four wheel drive vehicle, the transfer case is to be used. For four wheel drive vehicles, the particular they are going to use the transfer case. And at the same time there are two differentials are there, at the front for the front wheels and at the rear for the rear wheels. So a vehicle with four wheel drive is denoted as 4WD, that is a 4W for wheel, D for drive. So four wheel drive, or it is also known as all wheel drive. So an additional lever is provided in the driver cabins to engage or disengage the four wheel drive. So as per the driver need, driver is going to engage all the four wheels, or he is going to engage only the two wheels. Getting? So generally driver is going to use the two wheel drive on the highways on the off-road purpose, means on the uneven or rural or untarred roads driver is going to engage the four wheel drive. Getting? So there are certain advantages of this four wheel drive. So let's see which are that advantages. So traction is nearly double compared to the two wheel drive layout. So what is the traction? Already we discussed. Traction is nothing but a contacting force available between the road surface and the wheel. Getting? So traction is very important. So traction is better with the four wheel drive vehicle compared to the two wheel drive layout. Next, handling characteristics. Handling characteristics in normal conditions can be configured to emulate or rear wheel drive vehicles. Getting? Handling characteristics are very normal and easy one. Next, gives sufficient power. This results in unparalleled acceleration or drivability on surfaces with less than ideal and superior engine braking on loose surfaces. Getting? So excellent road handling characteristics is important one, as well as vehicle can be used on uneven or rough road or untarred road. Same time it is to be used on the highways also. Getting? Disadvantage: the manufacturing cost of the vehicle is high. Getting? Because it is having the additional auxiliaries devices are there, as two differentials are used, auxiliary gearbox used. Again the linkages are to be more. Then more component and complicated transmission. Increase the powertrain mass, rotational inertia and power transmission losses. Transmission losses increases with the increase in these transmission parts. Increase the fuel consumption compared to the two wheel drive. Obviously the fuel consumption will be increases. Getting? So also the weight is also high. That is again the naturally weight is going to be high in this case, as well as the accessibility for the various components is difficult due to complicated design. Getting? And at the last it requires a special transfer case. Getting? So these are the various disadvantages with the four wheel drive vehicles. Getting? Now we'll see what is the difference between the four wheel drive and all wheel drive. So many times this question is to be asked in the university examination. So what is the difference between the four wheel drive and all wheel drive? So first important, four wheel drive newer technology. Now it is not newer technology, but as compared to the all wheel drive, it is a newer technology. All wheel drive proven technology is already proved. In four wheel drive can be turned off and on to improve the fuel economy days emission. Already we discussed. If your vehicle is to be operating on the highways, there is no need of the four wheel drive. So in that case you are going to turn off the four wheel drive. The lever is available with the driver cabin, and driver is going to disengage the four wheel drive, and by that way he is going to turn off and vehicle is running on the two wheel drive only. Getting? So that way it improves the fuel economy and days emission. Here cannot be turned off, reduces fuel economy, because it is all wheel drive. All times wheels are to be drive. All times all the four wheels are to be drive. That's why there is no any such off on facility is not provided. Then gives the best traction for off-road conditions. Four wheel drive gives the best traction for off-road conditions. Best traction means it provides the best contact force between the road and the vehicle tire. No as good in off-road conditions. It goes on the off-road conditions, but at the on-road conditions it is not going to give the good that much of traction. Cannot be used on all-road conditions. Here increases control and grip on all road conditions. Mechanically engages drive to all four wheels. All wheels are drives all of the time. So here in four-wheel drive we are mechanically engaged all four wheels getting as per the requirement or necessity of the driver. In this case all wheels are drives all of the time. Here two differentials and transfer case to provide power to all four wheels of a vehicle. So in this case as we are studying, we just shown in the figure that there are two differential for the means for the front wheels the front differential, for the rear side rear differential, along with in between that there is transfer case is there. So in case of all wheel drive there are three differentials are there. There is no transfer case is to be used in all wheel drive as the power as this drive is all the time. I think all wheels are drive at all the time. So in this case there is no need of special transfer case. So three differentials is front, rear and center to provide the power to all four wheels of the vehicle. Getting? So here the applications are there: Toyota, Land Cruiser, Jeeps. So many applications are there for the four-wheel drive. For all-wheel drive, Audi, Honda, Honda CRV. Likewise, there are so many that vehicles models are available in the market. So many times this question is to be asked, which is very important. Differentiate between the four-wheel drive and all-wheel drive. Hearing. In both the cases, the drive is given to the all four wheels. But in case of four-wheel drive, this is a new technology where you can engage a four-wheel or two-wheel as the need of the driver. But in case of all-wheel drive, all wheels are drives all of the time. Getting? So that is the important difference between the four-wheel drive and all-wheel drive. Now next we will see the automobile body. Getting? Automobile body. So the basic form of the modern automobile body is the older horse-driven carriage. If you see the horse driver carriage, we are called in Marathi that is a tanga. Getting? Horse driver carriage, that is a tanga. So they have a single seat type of body construction which provide less safety to the passenger from the weather. Getting? Less safety for the passengers from the environmental effects. So larger and more stylish bodies are developed and manufactured with the passage of time to provide increased space, safety, protection to the passengers. If you see the buses, tourist buses or the travels, you can observe how the large and more stylish bodies are there using for the chassis, bus chassis. Getting? So that is only the intention is to provide increase the space, safety and protection to the passengers or occupants. So simply body is a superstructure for all vehicles. Body is a superstructure for all vehicles. It may either be constructed separately or bolted to the chassis or manufactured integral with the chassis. That is already we discussed this frameless construction. Getting? Means conventional body and the conventional and this frameless construction. Getting? So in the conventional one, chassis frame is separate and over which we are going to build the body. A body is to be covered on that frame, or currently the integral chassis means frameless construction where both are combined. Both are combined the function of the frame as well as body. So the chassis and the body make the complete vehicle. The chassis and the body make the complete vehicle. If you are seeing the truck or buses, they are not the complete vehicle. They are available with the chassis. Then the owner is going to build the body separately as per his convenience, as per his interest. Getting? So body consists of windows, doors, engine cover, roof, luggage cover, etc. So you can see in some cases the door is at the front, in some cases door is at in out door is at the rear side, or for if you are seeing for this city buses there are no doors, only the in and exit is there at the rear as well as the front. So such a body construction has to be provided as per the need of the customer. The electrical system in the body is connected to the chassis electrical unit. so that the battery and the generator or alternator can furnish the required electrical energy to the system. So in that way, the automobile body is very important, that part of the vehicle. It is a major component of the vehicle. Without body, the vehicle is not the complete vehicle. Okay, so in next lecture we are going to study the requirements and the further part of this automobile body.